A man's eye review. Let's react to something new. Make sure this volume is where we need it.
Why? So if I'm a man and I'm delusional and I think I'm a 10 and I step to a girl who's a 10, I'm getting rejected every single time. If I step to a girl, like the way men get rejected is up front immediately. I can't, like, if I step to a girl who's frankly out of my league, I'm cut off of everything. I can't get anything from her. I can't get a date. I can't get a conversation. I certainly can't get casual sex. Now, with bringing up casual sex, I think you might know where I'm about to lead to. You, as women, can secure casual sex from men who are outside of your league, whether that's status, whether that's looks, whether that's personality.
Yes, it's much easier, okay, for a woman to get sex, casual sex from a man who is way outside of her league. Either up, where we're talking about up. All right. So if she's a six, have she can still get screwed by men who are at nines and tens and eights, sevens, sixes. Right? But for a man who's a six, it's extremely hard for him to get a woman who's a 10, 9, 8, some shit like that. All right? To get casual sex from women up here when the man is down here, it is extremely hard for a man to get casual sex from a woman up here when he's down here. It's very easy for a woman to get casual sex if she's down here and he's up here. He'll still come down and hit that.
You guys can sleep with men who are outside of your league. They'll never give you commitment. And that's precisely why it's more important for women to be based in reality when it comes to their looks than men, although it ultimately doesn't matter because even if a man is delusional, he's just going to get curved and rejected by girls who are out of his league. So,
Bingo.
what ends up happening is you think your league is the men you sleep with. That's actually not true. Your league as women is the men that you can get commitment from and that you can get a ring from. That's your league.
Period.
So an average 19-year-old chick who's just good looking can fuck a famous rapper, an athlete. Doesn't
And we see it.
mean you can get commitment. Doesn't mean you can get commitment. The difference here is that as a man, if I can sleep with a girl, there's a very good chance I can get her in a relationship. I
Hmm.
can't say the same thing about women. Just because you can sleep with a guy doesn't mean you can get him into a relationship.
And I've heard this from girls before. Oh, I'm good enough to sleep with, but not for you to be with. Yeah.
So that's why I think it's important to be like, am I fucking with a guy outside my league? If I think I'm a 10, because you'll think you're entitled to a relationship with a guy who's out of your league, but really he's just using you, which I object to. I don't think that's right. But you got to move in the world how it is. And the way it is you're going to have hyper attractive guys who just want sex from you.
He says using you. I do think that you shouldn't use women. But if this is a mutual transaction, she wants casual sex and you're gonna give it to her and you want that too, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. All right. So using them, yeah. If basically putting them in a worse situation and financially or whatever the hell, then that's using them. But if it's transactional, you're both getting the same thing out of it. It's not using anyone. You want casual sex, she wants casual sex, so that's what y'all do. It's not using anyone. Even if you're not going to commit to this woman, that's fine. Y'all are doing y'all thing consensually.
And if that's the current dating meta, and you think you're hot shit, you think you're a 10, you think you're a baddie, but you can't get commitment from all these dudes, could be that you're shooting outside of your league and you're curving the dudes who are actually on your level, who'd be prepared to give you commitment, who'd be loyal, who'd treat you well. And that's why you end up hearing all these women complaining about all these fuck boys. They just want to fuck. They don't want commitment. There's probably dudes who'd be prepared to commit to you. You just think you're just curving them because you think I'm fucking this guy who's this attractive. This other guy over here wants to give me commitment. but
Mike
I'm not
Davis
attracted to him
donated
because I can fuck this guy who's
$200.
really attractive who
Brian,
won't give me
don't
commitment.
have a break.
Period. Y'all get railed and nailed by these guys. Y'all out here getting rammed and jammed by these guys, slammed and bammed. All right. And then whenever it comes to the guys that are actually in your league, you want to call it settling. That's not settling. That's coming to reality. And then by the time you come to reality, you've already been fought out and rotted out, gutted out and slutted out, stained and drained, peeled and drilled, derailed and expelled so many times that you're now ready to quote unquote settle down for the guy who's going to support you financially. But then once you secure that, you're going to want to go right back to those streets where you belong.
Am I fucking with a guy outside my league if I think I'm a 10? Because you'll think you're entitled to a relationship with a guy who's out of your league, but really he's just using you, which I object to. I don't think that's right. But you got to move in the world how it is. And the way it is you're going to have hyper attractive guys who just want sex from you. And if that's the
There's nothing wrong with that. The hyperactive guys who just want sex from them, it's their job as women, it's y'all's job to make sure that you don't make yourself accessible to the men who just want sex from you. Otherwise, they're going to be like me and think that you just know that this is something that's all about sex. There's nothing else. When I'm dealing with the woman who I'm outside of her league, most times I'm quite certain she knows that too, right? If I approach a woman who's outside of my league, I'm pretty sure I know I'm just shooting my goddamn shot. Okay? And see what happens. But again, if you find yourself in these situations, ladies, time and time again, you can't keep on blaming the guys for being fuck boys. No, you are a fuck girl apparently, because that's what you keep on attracting. You are what you attract ultimately.
the current dating meta, and you think you're hot shit, you think you're a 10, you think you're a baddie,
Especially if you're entertaining that and you're letting so many men succeed in getting casual sex with you, that says something about you. You're pretty loose. You got to tighten up. You got some screws and bolts that are falling off, coming unhinged.
but you can't get commitment from all these dudes. Could be that you're shooting outside of your league and you're curving the dudes who are actually on your level, who'd be prepared to give you commitment, who'd be loyal, who'd treat you well. And that's why you end up hearing all these women complaining about all these fuck boys. They just want to fuck. They don't want commitment. There's probably dudes who'd be prepared to commit to you. You just think you're just curving them.
Facts, you guys. And I've actually seen this. I've seen it. A chick wants to deal with me and I just want to smash. But then there's another guy who would be more than happy to commit with this woman, to commit to this woman, to provide for this woman, to be monogamous with this woman even. But she's not interested in him. She wants to deal with somebody that looks like me. All right? It happens a lot. Women want to deal with this type of guy and that type of guy and then complain about the results they're getting when you are shooting way outside your league.
Because you
Deal with those men who you think you're better than because you're not. Stop stop putting yourself in that mindset. Once you start dealing with those men, then you'll see, okay, this is where I need to be. And then I see it all as well. And guys like me will always always see this stuff. So you see the chicks who are have been out here in the streets, getting pumped and dumped, thumped and bumped, right? Wrenched and benched. And then all of a sudden, she's and you see the guys who are doing this to her. You know what they're you know how they look. You know, they got muscle, they athletic, tall, whatever the hell. And all of a sudden, she's engaged on Facebook. Engaged. right? We see this all the time. We like, damn, we feel bad for the guy because we're like, this dude, I don't know what he's getting into, or he must have been so desperate. That's what we think.
You think I'm fucking this guy who's this attractive, this other guy over here who wants to give me commitment, but
Mike
I'm not
Davis
attracted to him
donated
because I can fuck this guy who's
$200.
really attractive who
Brian,
won't give me
don't
commitment.
ever bring no sewer rat Arabs on here again.
Oh, bro, I gotta
Backwards
skip this.
people.
Uh-oh.
Bro, come on.
Did you know that gamers and tech
You started talking crazy.
Mountain Tiger, thank you for the gifted 20 subs. Appreciate it though. I mean, Mike Davis, I appreciate your. I can get that guy, and they'll just keep falling from dick to dick to dick. We'll sleep with average mid girls and average. Where was I? I think I pretty much made my point, but
No, right here.
yeah. I guess just newsflash: really attractive fuckboys will sleep with average mid girls, and average mid girls think that's my league. Think I can get that guy, and they'll just keep falling from dick to dick to dick, thinking they can get that guy in a relationship. I guess just newsflash: really attractive fuckboys will sleep with average mid girls, and average mid girls think that's my league. Think I can get that guy, and they'll just keep falling from dick to dick to dick, thinking they can get that guy in a relationship, but they can't. And then the guys who are actually in their league, in their level, y'all just curving these dudes who like are in your league and who are prepared to commit to you, give you, etc.
Yep.
So, Burmese Mountain Tiger, thank you for the gifted 20 subs. Appreciate it, bro. Do you guys disagree? I don't know. Maybe so. You guys disagree? No, women don't fuck dudes outside of their league. Never happens.
It does happen. I mean, let's be real. Women do loosen up for the guy that was there at the right place at the right time, will fall into some pussy. That's why you see so many of these simpity wimpity cornballs who play that friend role and play that cuckold friend role and oh, I'm just here to support you, girl, but they're always there just in case you catch her in a vulnerable spot and be able to capitalize. That's what these guys do. All right, because women will sleep with guys under them, but it's always okay. Every time a woman sleeps with someone who's shooting lower than they are in the sexual marketplace, it's always circumstantial. They were in the right place at the right time. That's how it happens. That's and guys know this. Guys know this. That's why guys will be your friend for 6 years, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, you broke up with. Oh yeah, come cry on my shoulder. All this crazy shit. All right.
No, women, no, average mid girls don't have access to like famous rappers and musicians. Like famous, I'm telling you, famous women don't ever fuck with like, I mean, it happens rarely, but like they're usually dealing with like guys on their level.
Yeah, and it'll happen like, oh, the women who get famous from their husband's name and shit like that, and then she ends up with the pool guy, the guy who cleans the pool at their house. You know, the goddamn bodyguard, shit like that. It happens, but it's always again right place, right time.
But like, what makes you feel so confident? Like, who are you to say that to a
What do
woman?
you-
Like,
what
what do
do
you
you mean?
mean? You're going based off of physicality again and
What
again.
he's saying is facts. Like women can always get sex; it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah,
Period.
that
not-
part is correct, but not the part that actually has to do with physicality. He's saying, oh, a handsome guy is not gonna get with a girl that's physically ugly. I see so many rich, handsome men end up marrying a woman that's not even as physically attractive to him.
Okay, but she doesn't give him a hard time, and it's not again, it's not the same with men and for women. A guy that you're the same guy she's talking about, he's probably got a couple really good looking side chicks that he doesn't really need anything from them other than sex. And he's getting everything else from his wife at home on top of the sex. But if the wife is providing him with the experience that is traditional and valuable, then he will stay with her. But it's not the same for men and women when they get in these relationships. So these delusional bimbos up here are going to try to get the conversation going into a completely different direction.
She's like not even at that level. She's just like a cute, normal, regular girl.
So
Okay.
are you advocating that women should
you're
keep that?
advertising.
So she's cute. If you just said she's not even at that level, if she's a cute, normal girl, she's good enough for a guy at any level. Guys will deal with women that are not quote unquote rich or whatever the hell. We're not looking for the same shit. So the level you're talking about, she doesn't have to come from a rich family. She can work at Wendy's or whatever the hell, and you pull up in that drive-through, and she give you that coffee with a big old smile, and she's got that good energy, that good feminine energy, and you like, damn, hey, you made me come through the drive-through. You made me feel like I'm at a five-star restaurant or something. Wow, what's your name? Go from there. Guys don't look at it like that. But a woman who's pulled up in a Mercedes Benz, the newest one, and she's making 500K a year, she pulls up in the Wendy's. The guy takes her order, says real nice. She won't even look at him. She's gonna hand him that card and not even look at him. She's just gonna be, hey, how you doing? Here you go. Oh, thanks. She's not even going to look at him. She won't even acknowledge his existence. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, that's the difference.
Being
Saying that
outside of
women
their
should.
league?
You're advertising that women should just stay in their place and not go for the man that they want. And then if you have someone that you want and that they are a righteous man, they're a righteous leader to you,
Yeah.
go for it, no matter what he looks
Okay, so
like.
this is what happens. This is what happens typically. So you
Stupid.
have like
Typically.
huge swaths of women who throughout their 20s are chasing after these hyper attractive men. They'll spend their 20s fucking attractive dudes, never getting commitment.
Because
And
why are you
then
fucking
once
all these
they're
men?
30,
That's why that's what you get.
once they're 30, oh, okay, let me settle down, and it makes for a terrible marriage because she thinks she's settling, but it's actually a dude in her league. She's
But
gonna
that's her
treat that guy
karma.
like shit. She's gonna resent
That's
him.
her karma.
She wasn't able. How it's her karma to ruin a dude's life
No, I'm
because
saying
she
it's
couldn't
her.
get the fucking
How's she ruining
hyper
his
successful
life?
dudes who
He
she could
chose
fuck
her.
in her prime.
Who's the leader in the relationship?
What does that
He's
have to do with
choosing her.
anything?
If he's
What
choosing
does
her,
that have
that's
to do
his,
with anything?
that's
Oh
his
my God.
karma.
That has nothing to do with anything. Can you finish your thoughts? I want to see where you're going with it.
Well, I sort of got cut off here, but
Yeah,
I was
you got
basically just responding
got cut off by these big head bimbos who can't seem to shut up.
to her. Like that's what's happening. Y'all, how is it false knowledge?
Because you're
Y'all-
using you're not even using like a statistical basis. You're using your opinionated statements to say that women should only talk to these certain men.
God damn it.
If
You
you're
can
gonna
do-
sleep
yeah, dude.
around, then do this. Like you're gonna use and abuse if you're gonna go for a hyper attract.
You are. You're gonna get used and abused, thrashed and trashed, nailed and railed, derailed and expelled, benched or wrenched and benched, fleeced and released. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's been happening. That's what's gonna keep happening as long as y'all keep doing this.
Attractive male. And I just think that's not a positive thing to say or a factual evident thing to say because there's no evidence
There's
basing
no
those.
evidence that fuck boys exist.
There's plenty of evidence that women who spend their time getting ran through in their 20s have a harder time once they get to their 30s and 40s. And some of them are still getting ran through in their 30s and 40s. But in their 50s, it makes it harder. These aren't opinions. These are facts.
But that doesn't mean he's hyper attractive.
Hold on.
Who
You
wants
think-
a fuckboy? It's
are-
all about energy. It's all about everything, not just
all girls complain about fuckboys after they get fucked by them.
But he doesn't mean
Are
he's
you delusional?
handsome. There's some girls like everything, not just
all girls complain about fuckboys after they get fucked by them.
But he doesn't mean
Are
he's
you
everything, not just
all girls complain about fuckboys after they get fucked by them.
But he doesn't mean
Are
he's
you delusional?
handsome. Not just
all girls complain about fuckboys after they get fucked by them.
But he doesn't mean
Are
he's
you delusional?
handsome. Not just
all girls complain about fuckboys after they get fucked by them.
But he doesn't mean
Are
he's
you
Yes, and they let that happen. Why do they continue to be fucked by fuckboys? It should be a major indication of their character and their lack of character judgment. Okay?
you delusional?
handsome. There's some girls like she thinks, oh, he's hot, and I'm like, that guy is so ugly.
Yeah,
We
cool.
don't
You have
have
different.
the same hyper attractive.
Bro,
Shut up.
Okay. Yes,
Stupid,
sure. People have
stupid
differences,
ass
But like there are some men that like vast swaths of women will tend to agree that those men are really physically attractive. In fact, you're saying this is just opinion. Dating apps have released this data.
Uh-oh, here we go. More data. More shit being supported by data.
Women swipe on only like the top 10% of men. In fact, you're saying this is just opinion. Dating apps have released this data. In fact, you're saying this is just opinion. Dating apps have released this data. In fact, you're saying this is just opinion. Dating apps have released this data. Women swipe on only like the top 10% of men on those dating apps. So these dating apps where women are basically essentially making assessments almost near exclusively or purely just on looks. And it seems to be the case that
So do you guys agree with
hold
him?
on, let me
I
shut
actually
up.
want to
Shut
know.
the fuck up and let me finish my point. God damn, you keep fucking interrupting. Seems to be the case that
So do you guys agree with
hold
him?
on, let me
I
shut
actually
up.
want to
Shut
know.
the fuck up and let me finish my point. God damn, you keep fucking interrupting. Seems to be the case that
So do you guys agree with
hold
him?
on, let me
I
shut
actually
up.
want to
Shut
know.
the fuck up and let me finish my point. God damn, you keep fucking interrupting.
Thank you.
Holy shit, dude.
Shut the
Okay,
fuck up.
so how could it be the case then?
Hey, what's this side convo back there? They're still whispering behind your back. That's mean.
Yeah, in any case, you've been interrupting all night, and it's just you got to let people finish their point. So, okay, how could it be the case then that there's a cohort of men on dating apps that get almost all of the attention on the dating apps, and they're running through chicks?
It's just a
Hmm.
whatever podcast. Like you're not.
This is the same shit that I've been saying. It's the top 17 to 25% of guys who are getting all the tail. And you all women are complaining about these guys because you're sharing these guys because you're going after the same guys. There's only a small percentage of these guys that you all want. So you say, oh, I need this type of guy, I need that type of guy, this is the type of guy I'll submit to, da da da. That's not the type of guy that will even deal with you on a serious level, but that's what you're shooting for. So you end up shooting for that. You get smashed by him, passed by him, dashed by him, mashed by him, thrashed by him, and trashed by him. And then you want to go back to quote unquote settling for someone who had been there for you the whole time, wanting to take you seriously and do all the things that this guy who you've been rotted out, thoughted out by wouldn't do. Okay, but you kept dealing with. It's amazing and incredible how hypocritical, how delusional people can be these days. Oh my goodness, it just makes me stutter.
Saying anything. Like
I'm
you were saying
I'm not-
whatever. All I hear is whatever. Like, it's nothing good. It's just all this bullshit's hurting my brain. It's just like, ugh. I
yeah,
just wanna
your
go.
high vibrational brain that can't understand facts
You're
and
not speaking
logic.
high vibration. You're
High vibe.
Ugly.
Yeah,
We
cool.
don't
You have
have
different.
the same hyper attractive
Bro,
thing, not just
all girls
physical,
complain about
physicality.
fuckboys after they get fucked by them.
But he doesn't
Are
mean
you,
who
you
wants a
think
fuckboy? It's
are-
all about energy. It's all about everything, not just
all girls complain about fuckboys
physicality.
after they get fucked by them?
But he doesn't mean
Facts. It's all about energy. Shit, this is. Oh, I'm gonna end it here. Right. Got some things I gotta get into. I'm gonna pick back up on this video. I got a couple more. I'm cranking them out. Right. These have to be reacted to, and a lot of y'all have been doing a good job of getting me the content that you want to see. So keep feeding me the content that you want to see, and I'll keep reacting to it, keep responding to it, getting the proper breakdowns that some of this stuff actually deserves. All right. So a man's eye review. On that note, we through. I'll pick back up on this particular video later on. So stay tuned.